Hello again. We are at a public coffee shop, and I would have never thought I would have the guts to do something like this, except that one, it's really low traffic right now, and two, after doing 30 videos of my Bad Art Club series, and having to film in public a couple times, it's becoming a bit more comfortable, and I'm just kind of giving this I don't really care what you think energy. This is a good backdrop. It has good lighting, so we're gonna do this. Hi everyone, my name is Shinyi, and I am a multi-passionate creative chimera who also loves to travel and dabbles in language learning. Por eso de vez en cuando voy a hablar en español. Not in this video, but you might see it in some of my vlogs. I am also in the middle of learning and practicing Mandarin Chinese. So if you want to practice Spanish, Mandarin, or English with me, feel free to write in those languages in the comments below. So, on to the topic of this video, how YouTube changed my life this year. For some context, about a decade ago, I actually did start a YouTube account with a friend back in college, and we were trying to make the content more fashion and travel focused, as these are two topics that really resonated with both of us. But over time, as that account got transferred to me due to my friend's move to New York City, I started to care way too much about the numbers, and that killed all the joy for me, and decided to just cut things off with YouTube and gave up creating video cold turkey. At the end of 2024, I finally decided to give The Artist's Way a go after receiving endless recommendations for this book. And I found out that it's actually a 12-week course on finding and reconnecting with your creativity. And through all the journaling prompts and silly little homework exercises that the author had us doing, I discovered that there was just one thing that kept popping up for me that would bring me a lot of joy, and that was immersing myself with video work again. And so, lo and behold, at the beginning of this year, I started this YouTube channel account. And yes, I was kind of debating for a while whether I would just pick up the old YouTube channel that I started so many moons ago. After going back and forth, I decided that a new channel was more appropriate for this new phase in my life. So that's how we got here. And since then, I have felt like I would attribute so much of my flow states and my happiness this year to the fact that I am making videos again and paying attention to my surroundings to be able to get a good shot for my vlogs. And I know that there are people out there who would counter argue and say that to be constantly hyper aware of your surroundings so that you could film it is actually counterproductive to your ability to be able to experience it. But in my case, I feel like this sort of hyper sensitivity enhances my ability to pay attention to where I am and to stay present. So, I have just been really, I don't know, I feel like my goals with YouTube have changed since the first time where I said that I got hyper focused on the numbers and caring about whether people saw my videos or not, to now where I just want to do this medium of art for my own joy and self expression has been so liberating. So, the other thing that I want to note is that with the rise of accessibility to creating video, as now all our cameras are just attached to our phones and is one and the same as our phone, I feel like I'm craving more long form content because now that anyone can make a video, because let's be real, I don't know if you haven't tried before, creating a long form video takes a lot of time. My most recent vlog in Mexico City, which is a 10-minute video, took me 10 hours to edit. And that is moving really, really fast on my part, as I have over this year learned to streamline my process so that I can be more consistent with editing my vlogs and pushing it out into the world. But I am derailing a bit. I don't remember what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, I'm craving long form content, and I have also started reading books more consistently, part of this journey of trying to reclaim my attention and to be more present with the activities that I'm doing. So I feel like video is so great because not only does it give me permission to play, something about this medium of art really tickles my brain, from like creating the composition, figuring out storytelling elements, from color palette, set design. Although like my videos are not really that complicated, I'm not creating cinematic scenes. These are things that I think about, like good lighting, for example, or like good framing, and being able to be immersed in that creative process of not only filming, but thankfully for myself, because I know I have so many friends who hate editing, but I love editing. It really lets me tap into the graphic designer in me to play with layouts and typography and how to bring all of those elements together. Now, the part I do personally hate though is picking music. I don't know, I just feel like I don't have an eye or an ear for picking music. So that's the part that I always leave for last and kind of dread the most. Or it's like the thing that I'm just like, oh, I still have to do this. But everything else I absolutely love. And I feel like if you've been curious about creating video, then this is my invitation to you to go give it a shot, because you don't have to worry so much about if there's something that you have to I'm sure there's something that you have to share, but if you think that your life is really boring, I feel like filming can make it a lot more interesting, because you could start to think and challenge yourself to say like what am I trying to say here? How can I frame the shots in my everyday life to romanticize it, and or just to convey it as is? It doesn't even have to be romanticized. There is beauty in the documentation, and for me, a lot of joy in reliving these memories, as mundane as they sometimes can be, through the editing process. And then after publishing it, having access to these memories at such a vivid level for the rest of my life. My husband and I just rewatched our vlog from January of this year of us digital nomading in San Diego, and there's so much that I've already forgotten from like the places we went and the things we experienced. Of course, I remember that we were in San Diego, and I remembered that I generally liked it, but after watching the vlog, I was like, "Oh yeah, these were the things that I was thinking and feeling." And my highs and lows, it just makes it all so much more accessible, and also so much easier for me to like be able to reflect on that time as I am getting ready to transition into the new year and think about new goals and adventures I want to have in 2026. So, all this to say, if you've been curious about creating videos, then I don't want you to worry about what content you'll make or if you have the right equipment. Just start with what you have and give yourself permission to play and see if you enjoy the process. And if you do, then what you'll find is that you will be able to dip into so much flow state in the process of creating videos and find so much more meaning and joy in your life, just as I have this year. So I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this, on video as a creative medium, or any other artistic mediums that you love dabbling with, in the comments below. Again, in any of the languages I mentioned, Spanish, Chinese, English. And I hope to see you in the next one.